Victor Hugo wrote in his novel Les Miserables, great perils have this fine characteristic that they bring to light a fraternity of strangers. COVID-19 has brought together a world of strangers. Now, I don't claim to be an academic, a scientist, or an expert in neuroscience and psychology, but I do have 10 years of experiential learning of how the brain and the mind works because of the severe traumatic brain injury that happened to me in 2009 and the brain impairments that I've been left with. My real life lessons have been forged in the furnace of adversity, high pressure environments, stress, job loss, isolation, illness, death, and then therapy, self awareness, growth, and, to borrow a term from Abraham Maslow, self transcendence. Now, I've learned huge amounts about the brain and the mind, and I've amplified this knowledge against my 18 years of leadership experience as an officer in the British Army. And I hope these short films help give you an understanding, comfort, and courage in your own lives. Stress occurs when we feel that we do not have the ability or the resources to deal with the demands that are being placed upon us. And at this moment in time in this world, there are huge amounts of different, changing, volatile demands that are now being placed upon us on a daily basis. Stress is about the demands that are placed upon us and the resources that we have. And it's about trying to balance the two. I mean, the demands we're placed under at the moment are demands of everyday life, but these have been magnified considerably. The emotional demands, the physical ones, financial demands, social changes. And we have to try and adjust to these new situations of work, unemployment, illness, social isolation. So to reduce stress, we need to work from two angles. Firstly, by reducing the demands that are placed upon us, which is understandably very difficult in these uncertain times. And I'm not a management consultant, so I'm not here to provide you advice on your own business. But secondly, and I think more importantly, it's about increasing the resources that are available to us. And these resources for everyone are our physical health, our own skills and experience, our attitudes and beliefs, our emotional makeup, our ability to relax, and our social support. I mean, be it in a more virtual way. So in this precarious, unpredictable, pressured situation, if we are unable to change the demands that are being placed upon us, then we need to spend more time and focus on our own resources to reduce the impact of stress on our lives. I mean, you may be stressed because of the demands of, I don't know, your young children being cooped up at home and they're just getting on top of you and you're trying to work and I don't know, maybe your partner isn't helping because his work or her work is more important than yours or the children. Or you may be very worried about your own business and the threats to that you've had to shut down temporarily, or your job. That you're either on leave or you may be unemployed in the future. And I can't help you, and I'm not going to try and say that I can deal with all of those individual issues. But I can help you with managing the best asset that is available to you, which is your mind and your thinking. I'm not here to tell you how to run your life. You are the expert on your own life and your physical and mental health. But I am here to say that spending time and energy on your mental health is so important. I mean, I've been through some crap times these past 10 years, and I faced some huge life-altering challenges, but I've come through them. I mean, why do we spend so much time on negative thinking? Why don't we use this energy that's within us on positive thinking and action? I mean, the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our thinking. Individual stress is determined by how we think, how we feel, and how we act, our behavior. We need to build on our own personal strengths to combat stress. I mean, there's a reason why mental health and well-being coaches will tell you to practice mindfulness, and there's loads of them on LinkedIn at the moment. Practice mindfulness, progressive muscle relaxation techniques, look after your physical health. There's a reason why they keep advocating this. It's because they work. I thought I was a really mentally robust individual. And then I was very seriously injured, and I lost so much about my safe life. And it broke me. It was a huge struggle. But I got through those dark times. We understand the importance of our lives when we have faced death. We understand compassion when we have faced indifference. We understand resilience when we have felt helpless. We understand the power of positivity when we have been damaged by negative thinking. We understand comfort when we have struggled with stress. Do you want to minimize the chances of stress? Well, if you do, then I urge you, please, to keep physically active. Use the skills and experiences you have now got at home to try and enjoy finding solutions to your problems. Tell yourself it's an opportunity to learn and grow. But it's about self-talk. You need to tell yourself that you are learning and growing. Reframe your thinking. Reframe the attitudes and your thoughts. Spend time thinking about your micro successes, not on all the negatives, perceived negatives that you feel you may have in your life at the moment. I mean, use breathing techniques and exercises to relax. They work. They calm the mind and the body down. Use a hobby to practice mindfulness, in action. It doesn't have to be meditation mindfulness. Incorporate it into an activity or a hobby that you already enjoy. Enjoy creativity, enjoy the arts, enjoy music. These are well recognized, powerful ways to reduce stress. Allow family and friends to help you if you feel you need it, albeit in a very virtual way at the moment. But do share your concerns. Talk through your worries. One of the biggest problems that I had when I was trying to deal with my own injury and the impact it had on my life was that I kept most of my thoughts to myself. I didn't want to burden any of my family or friends with them. But it was only when I unburdened myself that I was able then to grow. Stress is a feeling. So how do you feel when you are stressed? What are your symptoms? How do you feel physiologically? Identify your stressors. What causes you stress at home, at work? And then if you can, but do spend time on it, identify ways that you can reduce these stresses by changing your current work or life practices. More importantly, improve and increase your own personal resource. Stress is a choice. Stress can be beaten.